Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. It is episode 103. Probably should have more episodes up by this point in time, but you know how it goes. It's just, I don't know, certain things coming up. Yeah, nothing too serious. Yeah, like previously. I don't know. It's just, I've been stewing, I've been thinking about how I'm apologetic, I've been kind of a little melancholy. That might come up in the future of this episode. But yeah, I've been a little melancholy that I did not believe in certain things. Namely, the fact that the Timberwolves could actually beat the Lakers. I am sorry. I am delivering a public apology to Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley. Maybe not Mike Conley as much. And just the Timberwolves organization in general for not really thinking that they could beat the Lakers, And yeah, thank you, Minnesota, for beating the LA Lakers, man, because goddamn, my hater freaking self came out in full force once I watched that on Wednesday night, man. It was so fun. I'm just like, the Lakers, man, really? It just brought so many, I don't know, just thinking about like, okay, the Lakers traded for Luka, like the absolute stunner of a freaking trade. They were gifted a generational first ballot Hall of Famer, like top 25 player of all time in all likelihood, right? At age 26, not even in his freaking prime yet. Even if he is a little bit, a little unconditioned, even if his conditioning isn't up to par. Like, it's like they got gifted Luka Doncic of all freaking players, okay? For basically nothing. For Anthony Davis and not even freaking Austin Reeves, not even Dalton Connect in the deal. They tried to deal Dalton Connect for freaking Mark Williams, which was ultimate part of what contributed to the Lakers' downfall. Because the Lakers did not have a center, and it was very apparent when Rudy Gobert scored 27 and got 24 rebounds in the closeout game. The Wolves beat the Lakers in 5 freaking games. I should have believed in them. Like, I don't know. My take, yeah, like, it's weird, like, watching the NBA playoffs when I get, like, I feel like I'm doing too much of this thing recently in the past 2 seasons with the playoffs, where I'm like, I have to go with my head over my heart, right? But that just leads me to when my head prediction, is wrong, and my heart rooting interest wins. It's like, I don't feel that good about it, man. I feel like I should have soaked in the Lakers losing a lot more. I should have just been over the moon euphoric, that it's like another season, like, it's like, but now I'm just like, one of my predictions is wrong. It's like, no, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, man. It also happened with Nuggets Clippers, but yeah, like, that being a 7-game series totally makes sense, right? The Nuggets had a dominant performance at home in Game 7 against the Clippers, which was a little bit redeeming of their home Game 7 performance last year against the Wolves. So yeah, that's a nice thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think like with Nuggets Clippers, yeah, I'm like, yeah, then I was more like the Nuggets can win the series, but I think it was more 50-50, and I just went with the Clippers, on the basis of like the Nuggets end of season turmoil, I guess, I'm sure like Bill Simmons, taught the same way, right? Yeah. So, like, yeah, I would like to issue a public apology to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I hope they can beat the Warriors, yeah, because that's who they're going to be playing. I just saw a performance, and do you want to know another apology I want to issue? I would like to issue an apology to the Phil-Am basketball watching community. Look, I am sorry that Jalen Green is on the Houston Rockets, okay? I am so sorry, okay? Look, he had Game 2, okay? He had 38 points into Game 2, but it's like, my God, dude. Just, yeah, right before I started recording, I'm just like, can trade him to the PBA. Send him to the PBA, man. I do not care. Get Jalen Green off the damn team. Get Jalen Green off the Houston Rockets right now. Like, please. Tillman Fertitta, I think that's the owner, not the GM, but like, whoever is the GM of the Rockets, it's like, send Jalen Green on a plane to Manila, okay? Please. Please. Get him off the team. They're not serious. Like, it's more than just him, you know? Yeah, like Şengün, for all the talk of him being a baby Jokic, I had this somewhat funny thought that he's more of like a zygote Jokic, right? It's like Şengün needs to be able to like have more than just like a nice looking hook shot to his repertoire in terms of like scoring in the paint. Like, he should be able to body smaller defenders, man. He should be able to dominate smaller players in the post, but it's like he didn't do that as much, you know. He really, yeah, I didn't watch all of Game 7, but yeah, a couple comments in the Reddit threads I scoured pointed that out. He needs to get in the weight room, you know. A little bit disappointing because he was the Rockets' best performer, probably, along with Amen Thompson, right? Fred VanVleet had like a game where he was like their most consistent like shooter or slash scorer in general, and like he had like a really good shooting game in Game 4, yeah, where the Warriors went up 3-1, but yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh no, my horse is dying, no. Oh man, this is not due to poor conditioning, okay? It's a mistake. I'm sorry. Oh man, where was I? Yeah, Fred VanVleet had like a game in Game 4 against the Warriors where he shot like 8 trees, man. It's like, yeah, wasted that amazing shooting performance from him. All of the Rockets, like, wounds were self-inflicted, man. Like, they shot free throws tremendously poorly. They were just horrible at shooting free throws. It's just like, I don't know. It's the same thing with like the Sacramento Kings when they faced the Warriors in 2023. It's like you look at the series, you're like, okay, it's great. The Kings broke their playoff drought, you know, the longest playoff drought in North American sports. Well, I guess there is the Mariners, but like, yeah, like the second longest, right? And it's like, great, cool. You took the Warriors to 7 games. But like, I think in both cases, like, they should have won those series, man. The Kings should have beaten the Warriors in 2023. And I think the Rockets should have beaten the Warriors in this season, right? It's like they should have, man. Like, the Rockets should have won Game 4. The series would have been tied. They should have won. Yeah, they won Game 5 at home, and then they just needed to win either Game 6 or Game 7, man. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, for the Rockets, I feel like this series loss stings a little bit more than the Kings back in 2023. Yeah, it's just, you know, any other players? Yeah, like, Amen Thompson was generally good, but yeah, it's just as a team, like, their free throw shooting just sucked, man. And yeah, it's just their lack of their lack of like consistent offensive production killed them, man. It really and that's the thing. It's like, you'd think like, oh, who's gonna be our consistent scorer? Oh, how about our leading scorer during the regular season, Jalen Green? How about him? Look what he did. He had Game 2. He scored 38 points. Great. But every other game, massively underdelivered, man. just not. He's not it, man. He is not part of the Rockets' future in terms of being a contender. He is not. like he can be a 6-man, okay? Like, if you traded Jalen Green for Peyton Pritchard, if you put Peyton Pritchard in the place of Jalen Green, like, the Rockets win the series, man. Like, come on. Like, 6-man of the year Peyton Pritchard. Man, I'm even willing to bet if you put Jordan Poole in place of Jalen Green, there's a chance the Rockets win the series. It's like, come on. Like, like, I apologize on behalf of the Phil-Am basketball watching community, which I joined as recently as 2020. It's like, come on, man. Like, come on. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? I saw this, unrelated, but somewhat related. In terms of that, like, there's this, I think there's this women's basketball player I saw on Instagram, because I was like, because my Instagram feed is somewhat the AI figured out that like I just like search up women's basketball highlights when March Madness comes around. So like from there then on, yeah, I'm getting like Paige Becker's updates and like AZ Fudd updates from like UConn's run. And like one of the players that like popped up from the feed was this player called, was it Sumaya Sugapong? And I think she played for UCSD, and she transferred to Arizona, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and if you remember, I think from last episode, UCSD, the women's team was in the tournament, but I think they were just only like the first 4 in, and they lost. But yeah, they had a great season along with the men's UCSD team, more so than SDSU. And then it was the women's team of SDSU was in the tournament for the first time since 2012. And they got blown out by LSU, as all first round matchups, you know. But I think she's a member of that. Yeah, I think. I'm not confirming it, but I mean, maybe there's a reason, man. Maybe the AI is actually smarter than I give it credit for. Oh man, I'm a little bit disappointed because I would also like to apologize because I actually have been using this AI service that some people use a little bit more, but not in an academic context. I'm raising my right hand to God, okay? I swear on my life that I have not used that website for any academic purpose. I'm using it for entertainment. I'm using it to pass the time. I am sincerely swearing I'm swearing. I am swearing right now. I am swearing on my love of girls band anime that I have not used it for any academic thing. Like, I guess it's fine. Like, I talked about it in a previous episode too, of like, I'm not gonna overly judge someone, you know? Like, I've overheard it in my time at university up to this point. It's like, it's just the way it goes, you know? But I just hope that freaking people are, you know, I just hope that honor and integrity can still be a thing. I mean, you can use those things and still have that, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know, as someone who somewhat prides themselves on writing original words, right? As someone who writes fiction, you know, even with like academic writing, it's like I want it to be my own words, right? It's like I want every like thing I write to be my own words first and foremost, and like no other, you know. Obviously, it's like if you cite sources, obviously if you pull quotes from academic articles, that's a thing, obviously. But like other than that, I just want it to be my own writing, man. You know, I feel like it's somewhat of an ego thing about me, is that like you know, whether you think it's good or not good, you know, it's my own words, okay? It's the same thing with the fiction I write, the same thing with, you know, the novel I'm writing right now, you know, the short stories I've written, they're my own words, okay? Oh man, yeah. Anyways, so yes, I think Sumaya Sugapong is part of this community I speak of. Man, I just tweeted out that Jared McCain is my number one player from that standpoint until proven otherwise. Man, even though he plays for a team that I also root heavily against, I want success for him, okay? I want Jared McCain's success. Even though he said he's only 10% Filipino, that's fine, you know, 10%, I don't know. I don't know how you get to 10%. I don't know how the math works out on that, but whatever. I don't know. Because Jordan Clarkson is on the Jazz, and it's like, okay, you know, he's been on the Jazz for so long, man. He's been on the Jazz since freaking Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell were on the Jazz, and they haven't been on the Jazz for over 3 years now. It's like, who's gonna pick him up? Is he just a career freaking, you know, he was on the Cavs and the Lakers before, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You would think like Jordan Clarkson would be, you know, I don't know, like if you put Jordan Clarkson in place of Draymond Green, I am sure the Rockets have a better chance of winning that series. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. It's hard, man. It's hard for true true Filipino basketball representation in the NBA, you know. It's like Kai Soto. It's like it's just, you know. We have the player who played, Caleb Padilla, the player who played for USC last year. Pretty good representation. I don't know. Yeah, it seems it's more on the women's side than the men's side. Yeah, at least like for college. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, speaking of that, anything else from like the first round I need to discuss? I got a series in the East wrong. I thought the Bucks would beat the Pacers because I felt it was a little bit fluky that the Pacers beat the Bucks when Giannis and Dame weren't healthy. Sad news about Damian Lillard. He tore his Achilles. Yeah, really. Yeah, I guess just brief aside on Damian Lillard. It's kind of sad that, you know, I feel like I think he wanted to spend the whole entirety of his career with the Blazers, but you know, he kind of, I feel like from outside pressure and like internally, he's like, am I really gonna like not give myself a better opportunity to win a championship? Like that internally led him to request a trade from the Blazers, and then he said, I only want to go to Miami. And then Joe Cronin, the GM of Portland, was like, we are sending you to Milwaukee, bitch. We are sending you to Milwaukee instead. Yeah. And then, you know, he gets to Milwaukee, Giannis and Dame, hyped up duo, right? And then like they start the season 30-13, and then Adrian Griffin, their head coach, they newly hired after Bud got fired. Mike Budenholzer got fired. Like they fire Adrian Griffin because they weren't in the direction they weren't. I don't know. And then they hire Doc Rivers as their replacement. Okay. Gilbert Arenas has pointed out that it was shady because Doc was a consultant for the Bucks numerous times. And then in the playoffs last year, Dame got injured at in the middle of the series, and then the Pacers lost. Yeah. And then along with Giannis, and then the Bucks lost. The Bucks lost to the Pacers. And then this next season, you would think like, okay, the Bucks righted themselves after having a really rough start. They won the NBA Cup thanks to Darvin Ham, right? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that Dame tore his Achilles, you know? It's sad that the next time he's going to play in the NBA, he'll most likely be 36 years old, right? And like it seems that if you're in your mid 30s and have an injury this big, it's like, like what are the chances that you're gonna be as good as you once were, right? What are the chances, you know? I mean, like Kevin Durant still being as good as he is after having an Achilles tear is remarkable, but that's obviously an exception, right? It's like, it's just, and also I guess the larger point is that Dame wanted to give himself a better chance at winning a championship, and for the two seasons since then, lost in the first round, got injured, lost in the first round, got a major injury that is just like absolutely devastating for his career. Like back to back, he lost in the first round. You know, it's like. That's the thing. I don't know, like what could have changed that? Like if he got sent to Miami originally, like would that have like led to Jimmy Butler being like, okay, I'm not gonna freaking want out of Miami? I don't know. It's just, there's just so many sliding doors, ripple effects, butterfly effects in the NBA that I just think about. All right, like. I think I was seeing on my YouTube feed the Blazers Uprise channel, which covers the Blazers. I don't know. Pretty tankless job, if you ask me. They're just like, okay, so when can we trade DeAndre Ayton? That's like 20% of their conversations. It's like, okay, so when can we trade DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams? Okay, it's like, all right. Oh man, why is Malcolm Brogdon still on the team? why did we sign Jeremy Grant to a massive contract extension? It's like, yeah, those are the questions they ask. But like they had a live stream that like where they talked about Dame getting injured. I didn't watch it, but I just saw that they had a stream titled that. Yeah, so I would assume they talked about Dame's injury there. So yeah, it is sad that that happened for Dame. It's also another series I got wrong. I apologize to the Indiana Pacers who just stole game 1 from the Cavs in the second round, the first game of the second round. And then tomorrow, Knicks Celtics caps off. I'm not going to be wrong about that. I'm picking Celtics in 5, maybe 6, but mostly 5. So yeah, Celtics in 5. And then I'm going to pick the Thunder against the Nuggets, unfortunately. Again, second straight series I'm picking against the Nuggets. I'm sorry, okay? Look, I'm a Nuggets fan. They're my Western Conference team, but it's like, look, I on the other hand, I can't disrespect the Thunder, man. I can't, man. Like, they've shown me too much. They've shown me too much for me to doubt them or disrespect them by picking, by picking against them, man. Not in the second round, okay? Like, I can pick against the Thunder when they face the Celtics in the finals. That's when I can pick against the Thunder. Because if the Thunder meet the Cavs, I'm picking the Thunder. Yeah, like not really a question, right? Like I think I'm pretty confident that the Thunder are gonna beat the Cavs if they meet in the finals. So, yeah. But Thunder Celtics, yeah, probably gonna have to think about that. But I think I'm leaning towards the Celtics. Yeah. Because like the Celtics also, yeah, impressive 5 games against the Orlando Magic, who like the Magic wanted to be extremely physical towards them, and then the Celtics were like, okay, I guess we'll just win that way, we'll win without our 3-point percentage being through the roof. It's fine. Oh man, is that all the freaking playoff talk, man? Yeah, I don't know. Anything else? Who do I want to win against the Warriors and the Wolves? The Wolves, because I want the Wolves to meet the Thunder in the conference finals. But if somehow the Warriors win, yeah, I don't know. If somehow the Warriors win, it would be cool if the Nuggets won against the Thunder, because I think the Nuggets can beat the Warriors pretty easily, more easily than the Wolves. Yeah, so anyways, that's basically, yeah. Have I clowned on the Lakers enough? They deserve more clowning, to be honest, man. Anyways, is that basically it for the NBA playoff talk? Can I go on to other things? Because there are other things to talk about, man. There are absolutely other things to talk about. This episode might be a bit long since I'm doing these just once a month now. That could change. Yeah, that could change. I can record one. I think it might not be a month. There's a greater chance of the next episode of this not being a month from now. Let me just say that. Okay. Oh man. Oh god. So, what else has happened? Yeah, I think I've talked about every NBA thing. Any other like meme funny thing, I just don't want to react to memes. What am I, man? What am I, a YouTube freaking channel that titles every video thinking every situation is crazy? What am I, man? I am not that, okay? I am a Let's Player, okay? All right? I am a Let's Player. Oh man, again, I could talk about the books I've been reading, but I don't know. Will I get to it? I don't know. Okay, let me just talk. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Let me talk about eggs for a minute. And also, let me give, maybe not a full apology, but like, let me give like a nod of acknowledgement. Let me apologize for me thinking that Connor Ben couldn't do anything against Chris Eubank Jr. Yeah, I don't think I was that strong, but I think I want to apologize to the notion I was having of like what would be the point of Connor Ben fighting Chris Eubank Jr. What is that? What's that even going to prove? And it's like, I think the answer is that it's personally significant to them. That's why, and what you saw, if anyone saw that fight, I think it's available on like the Ring Magazine YouTube channel. I think the full fight's available there. I still have yet to see the full fight. I'm basing this on watching 2 rounds of the fight and like a clip of the fight highlights, by the way. It's like, yeah, like that actually, yeah, I tweeted that Chris Eubank Jr. versus Connor Ben actually lived up to the hype, man, after however many years, man. Like, who would have thought? that Conor Benn would just fight Chris Eubank Jr. that intensely and like actually hurt Chris Eubank Jr. multiple times in the fight, and like by the end of it, like Chris Eubank Jr. was so tired, like he was gassed, but he was still hurting Conor Benn with his punches. It was clear like that he was bigger and like a bit stronger, right? But like it wasn't enough to knock Conor Benn down, right? Yeah, it was a fight. It was actually like a really great fight, but I don't know if like any boxing fans outside of the UK are gonna care about it. I don't know. I guess yeah. Canelo versus Crawford apparently was confirmed for September 12th, so I guess we'll see about that. That could be the fight of the year if it goes true, and if it happens, I'll believe it when I see it. If there's a super fight that hyped up, I'm in the state of I'll believe it when it is actually happening right in front of me. So yeah, it's a nice fight. It's a nice thing that this fight was able to happen between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Chris Eubank Jr.'s father came out. Eubank Sr. came out, and like it's just, I don't know. I guess, have I talked about like the weird relationship they have, like the father and son of like Eubank Jr. and his father, right? It's basically just like his father, I guess, is not too supportive of the things that Eubank Jr. is doing in terms of like how he's going about his pre-fight antics and stuff like that. Like Eubank Sr., he really hated friggin' the fact that his son smashed an egg over Conor Benn's face in the one of the pre-fight press conferences, which I found to be one of the funniest things, and led to a really good YouTube title, by the way, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's part of it, and just like there's other things, I guess, like, but like I think like his father, he says he does love his son. He was supporting, he was but by his side before the fight and like after the fight, but I don't know, it feels a little, I don't know, I don't know the full details, but yeah, like I think it's part of it of Eubank Sr. isn't like agreeing with like all of the decisions that his son is making, going about his career, so, which has led to like a bit of tension, and controversy, but I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting that like Eubank Sr. is such a character, and like the way that he created this like this basically just a whole version of himself that's this posh freaking gentleman, Like I was thinking of it, I'm like, this is just like the British version of I don't know, of like what other athletes do, where they have like swag and like they carry around like chains, like they exude frickin' some call it aura, some call it frickin' I don't know. Yeah, like I think Deion Sanders is one, I could talk about a situation related to that, like is it Chris Eubank, the father, like instead of like a chain, instead of freaking like shades, like he wears a monocle, and he wore like a 3-piece suit, and he walked around with a cane, like it's just he's this very he wanted to make himself out to be this extremely posh freaking gentleman, when like I don't think that was his upbringing at all, and like I don't think that's Eubank Jr.'s upbringing at all either. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like he's like, we must act with some class. we are Great Britain. We must act with some class. Like I don't know, it's that's what he thinks. But yeah, anyways, bottom line is that Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. had a really great fight. Underestimated how good of a fight it would end up being. So yeah, I apologize to Conor Benn a little bit for thinking that he wouldn't make it a good fight, or that either of them would make it a good fight. Yeah, because Chris Eubank Jr., if you look back, like he's not really a boring fighter. Like he fights back. Like he's not someone who just wants to outbox someone and win a fight that way, right? He fights people, man. That's the thing. Like his style is not that of like, Floyd Money Mayweather. It's really not that. Yeah, like I don't know. That's a cool thing, I guess. Anything else to talk about on that front? yeah, just yeah, I don't know. Ryan Garcia and Raleigh Romero had a fight. Raleigh Romero outboxed Ryan Garcia, which was a bit of a surprising result. I don't know what this means for either fighter. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would think it's still just Gervonta Davis is the best around that weight class. Yeah. Yeah. Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Him or Stevenson. Yeah, him versus Stevenson or Haney, I guess, should happen. But I don't know. I don't know when that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, you know, let's just call up our friend Turkey Al-Sheikh and see what he can do, okay? Oh, man. Anyways, anything else going on in that front, man? Can I talk about something pretty different? Oh, man. Anything else? Yeah, I'm trying to think on the fly. Yeah, I think I'm pretty, good on that front. Yeah, I guess, like, if I were to briefly touch upon, a situation that happened in the sports world. It happened in the NFL, so I'm not as, in tune about it, but I did watch this interesting, I listened to / watch, this podcast. I talked about it before, The Right Time with Bomani Jones. And he talked about the NFL draft and a situation that happened around that, where Deion Sanders, who was an NFL player who also played baseball, he was like one of the more iconic athletes of the 90s, I guess. Didn't see him, though. For me, it was Roy Jones Jr. Rather than Michael Jordan or even him. It's like, yeah, it was Roy Jones Jr. for me, who was the most iconic athlete of the 90s. But yeah, Deion had his son who played at Colorado. He was in the draft, and then he went a little later than a lot of people thought he should have. And then there were people who had opinions, and I guess instead of stating my opinion on it, because it would just be regurgitating information, I guess I'll just tell people anyone who's watching this to just watch that first part. Yeah, like, I guess, like, just watch. I think it's titled something about, Shedeur. Yeah, it has Shedur's name in the title. So, yeah, like something like why Shedeur fell in the draft. Yeah, just like I feel like he has the finger. He has the most sense in this situation in terms of talking about what happened, like I would assume I tend to agree with his opinion on this the most, and he always makes his opinions really entertaining and insightful at the same time. So yeah, I guess just a nice little plug for him instead of me wasting a little bit more of my vocal cords trying to explain stuff that already happened. Like, what am I, a certain YouTuber? What am I, man? Oh man. Anyways, I guess I will talk about something else after a little bit of LaCroix. Okay, moving on to just other things. What anime have I been watching? Because apparently I talk about that almost every episode. Man, I'm watching this series that is probably considered a classic among, like, otaku anime circles. It's called The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. It's a show produced by Kyoto Animations, a studio that produced hits such as K-On!, Clannad After Story, Sound Euphonium, Listen to Bluebird, love Chunibyo and Other Delusions. Basically probably the best anime studio in terms of just production and, like, the output, probably. Even though, like, what was it? I think, like, Mappa is, like, the studio that's, like, been gaining like, I remember Mappa for being just a Yuri on Ice studio. Yeah, the studio that made Yuri on Ice when I first got into watching anime more. And then they produced Chainsaw Man, and then Jujutsu Kaisen since then. Like, two extremely big freaking hits. So, what I want to talk about in regards to Haruhi Suzumiya, I guess to give, like, a brief overview, it's this show that's pretty much a slice of life series, even though it can also be labeled as like supernatural light, right? uh yeah, it's about this guy who meets this girl called Haruhi Suzumiya, and then this girl's whole thing is that she wants to find supernatural things in the world. I just like when she gets introduced, she's just like, I only care if you I want to find future men, I want to find espers, I want to find aliens, you know. Like that's what I care about. I don't care for this world, man. I want to experience supernatural phenomena in my life. So okay, I guess like him and her, they start this club called the SOS Brigade, and then they find 3 people who apparently actually have these sorts of freaking abilities, okay? But not necessarily in the way you think, I guess. Yeah. The whole thing of this series is that, I guess, like, so far, right? So far, like, supernatural things of that nature are a thing in the series, right? Like, yeah, they are. Like, there's, like, reality gets manipulated. There's, like, time travel a little bit in the series. There's, like, there's someone who's, yeah, there's the 3 people in the club that they form are exactly that. One is an esper, one is a future man / woman, one is an alien, right? But they're just regular high school students, right? Oh man. And like, I think the whole conceit of the show and why it's called the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is that Haruhi herself, the person who wants to experience all of this, right? The person who wants to experience the supernatural phenomena does not get to actually see it firsthand. She does not know that the 3 people she recruited are exactly the 3 people she wants to see in the world, you know? She does not know. And up to this point, as I'm watching it, I've watched like 18 episodes, and I'll get to something related to that in a bit. Yeah, I've watched that many episodes, and so far she has not caught on to the fact that these 3 people in the club, in the SOS Brigade, do hold supernatural powers, but not like the main guy character. Yeah, Kyon is his name. Not the main guy. Just like the 3 people they recruit in the club are the supernatural people. And like, I think that's why it's called the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, is that it's kind of sad that she wants, I think part of her character is she wants to be someone who's like special, but you know, she is realizing, oh, I'm just like another person in, you know, however many millions of people, billions of people on Earth, you know. She wants to believe that her life is a little bit more than that she is a little bit more than just one in like however many billion on Earth, I guess. Which I guess is like a reading of it. So yeah, I don't know, I've been enjoying the series, but yeah, the current arc I am on is this thing called the Endless 8. And what it is that there is one episode, okay? There is one episode where the plot of it is, okay, Haruhi wants the whole club to go on to spend their summer vacation doing a bunch of things. So they go to a pool, they go to a beach, they go to a festival, they do fireworks, they catch bugs, they work a part-time job, and then they do all of these summery things, right? And at the end of it, they're like, okay, is there anything else we need to do? Okay, that's good enough then. And then in the next episode, it starts the exact same way, and they do the exact same things. But in the middle of it, there's this scene. I guess mild spoilers. But like, I mean, if you're gonna get to this, like you're gonna see the same thing over and over again anyway. So like, that's why it's called the Endless 8. Okay, so in the middle, yeah, there's a scene in the middle of the next episode after that where all of the members of the SOS Brigade minus Haruhi are like discussing, and then yeah, they bring up the fact that like, oh, we're in a time loop. And they ask this character, Yuki, like, it's like, wait, so you've experienced this same period of time however many times? Then she's like, over 15,000 something, you know? So, like, she's experienced the same 2-week period of time. The same bit of time that they're supposed to be doing all these summer activities over 15,000 times. Yeah, so that's why it's called The Endless 8, because this goes on for 8 episodes, and I'm not even all the way through it yet. It's like, I did not know that this was like a whole chunk of this freaking series, man. Like, I don't know. I guess it's nice that I went in somewhat blind, right? But it's like, that's why it's called The Endless 8, because after the first episode, there's the episode after that where there's the scene where they explain they're in a time loop, and then the next episode after that, and then the next episode after that, and then the next episode after that, and then so on and so forth. They're repeating the same exact things. It's animated a little differently. They're wearing slightly different clothes each time. There's slightly different things. It's not it exactly, but it is the exact same events. You know, they do the exact same things each and every episode. And it has gone on, as I'm currently watching it, for 6 episodes, and I'm in the middle of it. I don't know. I think there is some sort of like watch order that you shouldn't be watching it all straight through, but I don't know. I'm just imagining, like, as it was airing, like week to week to week, they were showing the same freaking thing. Like, I don't know. And all of this is to say that, like, I don't think this is necessarily bad. Like, I don't know. I think I guess the larger point is that I feel like this is making me a little bit existential, right? Like, it's a very interesting question. Yeah, once you stop, like, focusing too much on what's happening, right? And you realize that it is just the same stuff over and over and over and over again, right? It's like, what 2-week period of your life would you want to repeat, you know? Like, if you had the chance to just, like, do over a 2-week period of your life again, you know? Even expanding that, I was thinking of, like, what set period of time, you know, would you want to repeat? Whether it be, like, a year or a month or, like, a set of time. I don't know. Like, it's like, yeah. I don't know. It's a very interesting question, man. Like, I was thinking of that, you know? It's always just plays into, like, what would you do? If you had a chance to do things differently, what would you do, man? I don't know. Oh, man. I would try to upload more, maybe. I would get ahead of what certain people are doing. I would try to expose someone famous in 2014 rather than 2017. And then I'm like, and then I would be pointed to as like, wow, this person was a vanguard, you know? They did it before anyone else had attempted to do it, you know? This person captured someone else's downfall before anyone else did. This person thought this situation was crazy before any one of us even thought of it. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'd do that. I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. Just like, I guess maybe that could be a side effect. Maybe that could be either an intended or unintended effect of the set of episodes, is that like maybe it is supposed to make you think, right? Where it's like, what if you were stuck in a time loop, you know? Instead of only having the characters stuck in a time loop, they make the viewer stuck in a time loop too, but they do it for 8 episodes. They do it for oh my god, dude, they do it for like almost a third of the series. Yeah, I think the full series is 28. I think so. It's like 8 of 28. Like, I don't know, man. Oh man, it's like, yeah. It's, I don't know. It's just interesting. Just something I wanted to bring up. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. Watching shows in the post-Bang Dream world is a little tough. You know, it's a little tough to find the joy. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm getting a little bit existential. Maybe just because I'm like almost 25, man. I don't know. It's really sad to think about, but you know, I guess all of us have to age at some point, man. All of us have to you know, we can't. It's a thing. You can't necessarily. There are some cases where you have like second chances and where you can like have basically an opportunity to do things over again. To there are situations in life that are like that, but it's never a case where you get to literally go back in time, where you literally get to, and that's the thing with if you, the questions of like, if you were to do things over again, if you were to go back to a period in your life, right? Like there's always I always go into those questions with the assumption that like I would have the knowledge I have currently at that if I get transported back. But what if you don't, though? That's the thing. Like, what if you just, I think that's part of the thing, is that like the reason why it's gone on for that many episodes is that the main character has not figured out a way to stop it, or the main character has not outright like fully freaking grasped it's a time loop yet. So yeah. Until the other characters explain it, and then he's like, oh, okay. I don't know, it's interesting thinking of like, if you were to go back without the knowledge you currently have at this moment, like, are you just destined to just do the same things? I don't know. Like, how different would it be, man? How different would it be if Jalen Green could go back to the beginning of this series? Would he end up playing the same way, or would he not prove that he deserves to be traded to the Philippines? But I don't know, man. It's a thing. I guess I just wanted to bring that little thing up, just making me a little bit existential, I guess, like, another thing making me slightly existential is, rewatching something. Instead of going back in time, I'm just watching something I did watch, like, 7 years prior, which is the series Your Lie in April. Probably a pretty iconic series that most people who are familiar with anime know about or have heard of the name. So I don't really have to explain it that much, right? It's about piano and there's a romance, and then basically there you go. The OP is by Goose House, Hikaru Nara, just one of the best freaking OPs, anime OPs of recent memory. And it's like 11 years old. Oh man. But like the ED, the second ED in particular, man, it really does not give away that the show is supposed to be emotional. Let me just say that. I don't know. I think it was mostly on a whim that I decided to rewatch it. Usually I'm like, if I watched something like 5 years ago, I'm thinking about rewatching it more, but like, I don't know. I guess like maybe since it was the month of April, I'm like, why not? And then I'm already like over halfway through rewatching it. So I guess I'll maybe have more thoughts when I post the next episode. So oh man, anything else I want to talk about? The literature I've been reading, anything, any discourse I want to talk about, man, anything on that front. I could just go on Twitter right now. No, I'm sorry, I'm in somewhat of a new era, man. I think it'll come back at some point, but oh man. Okay. I'm planning on reading, I'm thinking of one of the books I'm planning that I got recently was I don't know if I talked about this. It's called Zachary Ying and the Dragon Master. Or the dragon, let me just find it right. Oh man. I have to take my headphones off. Wait, can you still hear me on the freaking recording? Okay. It's called Zachary Ying and the Dragon Emperor. It's by this author called Jiren J. Zhao. I apologize if I've gotten that wrong, the pronunciation wrong. It's the same author who wrote Iron Widow, and I'm thinking that I might want to read that book first over Iron Widow because it's shorter and not as many people are discoursing about it. Oh man, I mean really it's the author themselves who's discoursing about it, but it's like Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to read it by the end of 2024, but yeah, I don't know, just things come up, you know. I'm very impulsive in my reading, so you know, I usually have a general like you know, idea of like the type of book I want to read, but not the specific book I want to read, right? Like if I read a middle grade book, you know, I don't read a middle grade book afterwards, right? Like I read, you know, an adult literary Asian American book that came out most likely in the 90s or 2000s, right? Like if you lived here, you'd be home by now. Is a book I read, or and then like after that, yeah, well, before I read that book, yeah, by Sandra Singh Low. If you lived here, you'd be home by now. I read a book called Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. Yeah, so like that's like how I kind of balance things out, you know. And it's interesting, yeah, I guess like I don't think I want to talk about like all the books I've read, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I can briefly talk about them, but I guess I'll just say what I've read. Yeah, so yeah, I talked about reading The Bluest Eye, right? That was in February, right? And then I think after that I read Everything Leads to You. And then after that, I read If You Lived Here, You'd Be Home by Now. And then after that, I read this graphic novel. Yeah. This graphic novel called We Are Big Time by Henna Khan, who wrote another series called Zaid Salim Chasing the Dream. Yeah. And like there's like 3 different books, but I read them all in one book because it was, yeah, that's how it was like packaged together. Yeah. So after that, I read this book called The Seven Torments of Amy and Craig. Yeah, by this author. Yeah, dude, I have it like, it's like, I think it's on my shelf. Yeah, wait, let me see. I have it freaking, it's red. I know that. Yeah. Craig Zalotis, I think, is the author's name. Yeah. And yeah, the thing is that he's a playwright, and he wrote it as a play first before it was prose, so that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, that was a fun book. Yeah, and then I think, yeah, it leads into the book I'm reading now, which is Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali, which I'm really enjoying. Yeah, all of those books I've mostly enjoyed. Yeah, I think like, yeah, the standout book from the bunch, yeah, is Everything Leads to You. I really enjoy Nina LaCour's writing. Her prose is like extremely freaking good, you know. I have The Disenchantments by her somewhere on my favorite books of all time list. Yeah. That was the other thing I was thinking of just getting to. I was just thinking of just reading more off the list. You know, just like at this moment, you know, just very, maybe just 2025. It's just much more of a reflective year. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Yeah. Time loops. If I were to go back in time, yeah, what I didn't answer the original question of just like what period of time do I want to go back? If it is like a set period of time, what would be a fun time to repeat? You know? Oh man, if I want to be like really personal, I don't know. Like one thought was like the early part of junior year, because I think I talk about like the latter half of my junior year as being somewhat you know, important in my life. So like I was thinking like, what if I got to repeat August through like August 2016 through January of 2017, and I don't know, maybe that would be interesting. Maybe not, considering some of the stuff that happened like around that time, but I don't know, that could be an interesting time. I guess like yeah, maybe like the early pandemic. Yeah, maybe just like the entire time. maybe like March of 2020 up until like April of 2021, or like June of 2021, which was like prime like stay inside, you know, we can't really do much. This is like this is, you know, mostly when the pandemic was like at its biggest. And then after June of 2021, even though there were like more strains, you know, and more variants, it's like, yeah, we don't really care anyway. Oh man, that was the attitude for a lot of people, not necessarily me. Okay, you know, I got booster shots. Okay, like I don't know, it was just the general attitude for some people. Okay, I'm not gonna name names. I mean, there are some people who refuse to take a vaccine even at all. I mean, I don't know, someone who played for the Brooklyn Nets back in the day, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's so such in the past, right? So in the past. Oh man. Anyways, I don't know. It's just a very interesting question. Yeah, just I don't know. Like, if anyone is listening, what period of time, either very brief, just like 2 weeks, 1 week, or just very or kind of extended, and I think like anything up to a year. Like if you were to relive 1 year of your life over and over and over again, yeah, what would it be, man? Interesting question to think about. I think if I were to choose a year, I don't know. I think it might be like 2022. Yeah. There was a YouTube video that I did not watch, but I saw the thumbnail of and the title of, because just those kind of videos pop up into my feed of like someone, the title said, rating every year of my 20s out of 10. And then it said like, they rated the time they were 22 as 6 out of 10. And I'm like, no, actually, like 22, yeah. Like I think when I was 21 and 22, yeah, no, I think I'd rate that at about like an 8, 8.5, man. I don't know, you know, I really enjoyed that time, you know. That was like the time too that like I started to record the series in this world in particular, you know. I don't know, I just remember that being a fun time too. And it also was like when I was like really into writing my second book, you know, like I finished my second book early 2023. So like I guess like from the time, yeah, like just I don't know, January of 2022 to January of 2023 would be an interesting time to relive. Yeah, like how would I play that out differently? I could just tell everyone, hey, the Warriors are gonna win the championship, guys. Oh man, I could just tell everyone that, you know. I could just predict like, hey, Jayson Tatum is gonna struggle a bit. I don't know, something like that. I could tell everyone, hey, the 60 win Suns could run into some trouble, okay? Oh man, hey, Jokic is gonna win a second MVP. And people are gonna hate him for it, but whatever. Oh man, I don't know, just interesting thing to think about, I guess. Have I exhausted that topic? I'm trying to think of other freaking things, but I don't know. Oh yeah, should I answer a question that has been asked on social media? Should I answer it? Yeah, like no. No, man, no. I am sorry, but that question has already been answered. I said it on Twitter. It was answered in 2011. No need to further elaborate on that. I am not gonna post anything. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing. I am not gonna elaborate. I don't know. I guess it's somewhat fun. I guess like WNBA teams have gotten in on it. Oh yeah, how did I not talk about that? Yeah, the WNBA draft. Yeah, Paige Beckers was drafted number 1 by the Dallas Wings. Great. Haley Van Lith was drafted number 11, I think, from the Chicago Sky. Pretty good. Caitlin Chen got drafted in the 3rd round by the Valkyries. It's pretty cool. I like 2nd and 3rd round picks are like extremely like it's never really any guarantee that they're gonna make the cut of the team, but like I guess it's just cool anyway. Yeah, Sonia Citron got drafted by the Washington Mystics. Dominique Malonga, this player from France who can dunk and is like 6'9", yeah, like yeah, what, probably like one of the tallest players in the WNBA now, along with Brittany Griner. Got drafted number 2 overall by the Seattle Storm, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was the WNBA draft. Sorry for just breezing through it. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, is there any, like, I guess just like, yeah. Oh, yeah, how did I not freaking talk about, yeah, since the last episode, UConn won the national title. Yeah, UConn won, yeah, the women's basketball national title. So, yeah, Gino has 12 freaking rings now. He has 12 championships, which is crazy. He's 1,000 games above 500. He's won an NCAA title in 4 different decades. It's like, it is crazy the level of dominance he has, man. He is stamped as the GOAT women's college basketball head coach, right? It's not like, yeah, I think in the 2000s, like it was him and Pat Summitt like competing for that, but yeah, he has clearly separated himself, you know? It's like, not even, it is crazy the level of dominance that UConn has had. And like, just like how it's like, oh, they've had a drought. UConn has, you know, it's like, it's been 9 years since they won, you know, a national title, and it's like the previous time they won a national title was like coming off of a 4-peat. They were capping off a literal 4-peat where freaking Breanna Stewart like literally never like had a year in her college like career where she didn't win a championship. It's, I don't know. It is crazy. And like, I watched a Secret Base video on like UConn in 2017 where they lost in the Final Four to Mississippi State, and that Mississippi State team was coached by Vic Schaefer, who is the coach currently of Texas, right? Yeah. Man, it's I don't know, a really interesting thing. And I think the next year after that, UConn lost to Notre Dame, and that was when Arike Ogunbowale was on Notre Dame and like had a really crazy run. So yeah, it's just like UConn, I guess like those 2 years they had like, you know, a little bit of bad luck, but it's like, also it's like, it is crazy that a drought for them is not winning a title in 9 years, you know? It's like, yeah, you know, and also it was somewhat of a thing with like, it was somewhat of a monkey off of Paige Becker's back that got lifted of like her not winning a national title, because like all of the great players at UConn, you know, eventually won a national title in their career, you know, and like there's like so many championships spread out like over like UConn's history with its players in the WNBA. Like, yeah, Maya Moore and Afisa Collier, obviously, like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart mentioned, you know, it's like, it's just, I don't know, just absolutely, yeah, shout out to Gino Ariema, I guess. I don't need to apologize for that, right? Yeah, no, yeah. I think I thought like UConn versus South Carolina would be tough, and it was not tough at all, man. Just absolutely dominated South Carolina in that national championship game that happened, you know, like almost a month ago at this point, but you know. Oh man. Anyways, is there anything else I need to get to before I don't know. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Should I have a Twitter segment? I'll have like a little brief one. I have like a little brief one where I like check like a couple, but yeah, I kind of want to do something else. Yeah. So anyways, I guess that's basically it for everything on the main docket of what I want to talk about. So yeah. Okay. On to the maybe Twitter segment a little bit, but mostly not. I want to talk about something else. Yeah. Anyone notice that Bethesda just literally dropped Oblivion Remastered? Like, literally just surprise dropped it. I mean, it wasn't a surprise that Oblivion Remastered exists, but it was a surprise that it just dropped, like, right, like, on the same day they revealed it. You know, that they confirmed it was real. It's like,
from where do you hail?
It's like Oblivion. And it looks amazing. You know, and the real kicker is that I have not played it. I downloaded it, and then I only played like have only played like 10 minutes of it. Really, I got through like the first stage, and then I got to the Imperial City, and then yeah, that's basically it, man. I don't know. It really isn't like I'm being mostly serious when I say I don't really play video games that much. Okay, like I ideally I want to play video games to record them, but
how are you?
I don't know. It's like when I'm not recording, it's like I don't necessarily play video games, man. Like I played Guitar Hero. I guess you can count that as a video game. I play 2K when I listen to podcasts, but like, I don't know. In terms of just like a campaign, like a story, a single player game with a storyline like that I can beat from start to finish, it's like, I don't know. Oh yeah, and acrobatics, right? That you jump a lot and then your acrobatics goes up. That's pretty cool. I've leveled up a lot of skills a bunch of times so far, and I just still am on level 1, man. I don't know. I'm playing as an Argonian. I guess that's cool. That, like, the moment you freaking, like, grab something, like, they say, stop right there, criminal scum. Man. I don't know, man. It's cool. It's a cool game. I'm not playing it. Maybe I'll play it a little bit more later on, but yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to bring that up. Just wanted to show that a little bit of that. But, oh man, I guess, and then other stuff, yeah. Little brief thing. Music I am listening to. I'm listening to The Horrors, yeah. They're this band from the UK that's not a landfill band, you know? They're significantly different from a landfill band. Like, I don't know if they're a whole different thing, man. I don't know. But they are, like part of that, like, era where, like, Enemy was just hyping up every, like, British band that got somewhat popular, you know? They still do it with, like, Wet Leg and The Last Dinner Party, but, like, yeah. And, yeah, I'm listening to The Horror's second album, Primary Colors, which I think is mostly a shoegaze album. I'm not sure, but yeah, the songs I'm really into are Scarlet Fields, yeah, the Scarlet Fields, and the last track, See Within a Sea, which is like 8 minutes long, is like really good. So yeah, those two songs. I haven't done like what music am I into, or what music am I listening to in a while. So yeah, there's that. Third Eye Blind's second album, I talked about that before, Never Let You Go. Yeah, anything else? Yeah, Not a Surf. Yeah, the album, The Wait is a Gift, which came out in 2005, and it has the song Always Love on it. And if you know, that was a song on the One Tree Hill soundtrack, one of the first CDs I got when I was being introduced to buying CDs for the first time. Now that I have over like 120 of them, as I am looking at that, as I'm looking over at all my own CDs. Yeah. Anyways, anything else I have been listening to from this year? I talked about that new Mannequin Pussy album earlier. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I guess I'll as things come up, I'll like say them, but yeah. Man, should I have a little bit of a Twitter segment? Just wrapping things up. I think I've spent over 2 hours, right? Have I? I'm going to For You, man, because Bill Simmons tweeted Young Tatum's football highlights. What? Oh, man. What is going on? Oh, yeah. Do you know that Bill Belichick has a girlfriend who's my age? Yeah. I don't know. Don't really. Caitlin Clark's exchange with the Brazil coach. You're an amazing player. Congratulations. You've changed the history in basketball. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming here. Most people you played in front of? Yeah. Cool, man. I'm doing this for frickin' people, man. I'm doing this for, I don't know. Oh, man. What is this? Since I've gotten into a little bit more into Survivor, and I'm watching the recent current Survivor season, which is like a downgrade from other Survivor seasons that came out in previous years. Someone just tweeted something, Stephanie, Sierra, and Elizabeth on Survivor season 50, which is going to be returning players, and it's talked about, yeah, which is going to air February of next year. Yeah. Draymond Green must have naked pictures of Adam Silver. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh, hey, look at that. A gassy Mexican tweet. Checking to see if I still got it. Oh, man. Yeah, anything. Yeah. Someone posted Russell Westbrook's technical he got. Like, yeah, he hung on to rim, and then he just proceeded to yell, "Send her ass home! Send her ass home!" Oh, man. Russell Westbrook, man. And he's gonna face the OKC Thunder in the next round, man. Oh, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be some good freaking SH, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anything? Caitlin Clark from beyond the spot where she broke the NCAA scoring record. Oh, man. Yeah. Jamel Hill is tweeting, quote tweeting, someone who's saying something very disagreeable. Oh, man, what is going on? The way Draymond always finds new ways to inadvertently hurt people is actually impressive. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a shame for the Houston Rockets, man. Steph Curry and the Warriors just terrorizing them, man. Terrorizing the Houston Rockets. Should I check like the other tweets? Yeah, I have done this thing where instead of browsing the For You page, I just have like lists that I follow. Yeah. Well, like I have like my main following tab, which I use a bit more now, and then I have like a list of Survivor players and a list of manga updates. So like updates relating to anime and manga are just like readily available for me. Anything interesting here? City the Animation, which is a series by the same person who created Nichijou. You know, it's basically Nichijou, but just a little bit more mature. Oh, man. Nier Automata has an anime. There's it's Crunchyroll posting a clip of A Sign of Affection. Yeah, it's mostly just like updates on like this volume of this series is out, or like like Crunchyroll posting like clips of various animes that are airing this season. Yeah. Oh, man. There's a series called Rock is a Lady's Modesty, which is about a bunch of girls who form a band in a music school. And I'm like, here we go again. But look, I need a break, okay? I need a break, man. A little bit of a break, man. A little bit of a break. Yeah. Anything else here? Man. Anything in Survivor fandom that's funny? Who is this frickin' person who just asks questions? Like, what do you do other than just ask questions on Twitter, man? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, like, name, like, a song that gagged. It's like, what else do you do in life? I don't know. That's the thing about Twitter. It's like, I just keep on thinking about that. But I don't know. I guess I should be thinking about other things, man. Man. Yeah, this current Survivor season had like people who are chaotic and fun early on, but they all got voted off before the jury, and now it's just turning into a really boring game. Man. Yeah, I don't know. There's a larger discussion to be had. I don't know. I think maybe I should talk about Survivor more, but yeah, I guess I'm approaching the end of an episode. So, yeah. That's not what I wanted to get to, I guess. Yeah. I guess in the last minutes of this episode, I wanted to get to another list. Yeah, I wanted to get to another list. So, man, okay. Last episode, I talked about my top 10 favorite books of all time, and obviously that's subject to change because I am relatively young, but I don't know. I don't feel it most of the time. So, yeah, here is another list of my favorite anime of all time. I don't know. I think it's gonna be mostly different from other people's lists, obviously. I mean, like, I feel like my list of favorite books of all time is pretty, significantly different from other people's lists. But that's the joy of it, right? That's the joy of works of art, is that they can impact people differently, okay? Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I have 30 listed here. But I don't know. I feel like 25 through 30 is kind of, it's a tiny bit shakier than my top, 20. So I think I'm going to just, go through, top 25, I guess. Yeah, like I don't have to, I guess I'll do it a little bit less. I'll explain a little bit less, you know. Yeah, give like a one sentence enough like of an explanation as to why it's there. Okay. Here you go. My top favorite anime of all time. Number 1, no surprise, Nana, you know? Not really any surprise. Aizawa, the manga by her. It's about 2 girls who are named Nana who moved to Tokyo. And then there's a band. There's multiple bands, Trap Nest and Blast and Romance and Strawberry Glasses and Crying. And it's an amazing freaking series about being a young woman, but being young in general. And just like love and romance and intimacy and freaking relationships and the passage of time and just life and just how sad it is, but how joyous it can be, and the female friendship and like maybe lesbian freaking romance, but like, oh, it's just the most beautiful thing in existence. And Aizawa is just one of the GOAT mangakas, man. Seriously. Okay. Oh man, was that enough? Yeah, and like it has a cool soundtrack too, like, you know. Yeah, Black Tears, great. Wish, yeah, the second OP. Rose, the first OP. Yeah. Winter Sleep, one of the EDs in the series. Yeah, great. Extremely great music. Yeah, there you go. Number 2, Honey and Clover, which I don't know. I really do not know. I feel like this is the choice where, like, I don't know how many people have it ranked this highly. Like, I don't know how many people would even have it as their favorite or even second favorite anime of all time. But I don't know. It's also based on a manga. Yeah, like it's one of, I don't know. I feel like it encapsulates so much of just life in general as someone who and yeah, it follows a group of young like adults who are like 8. Yeah, the main girl like is Hagu is 18, but like everyone else is like in their early 20s, right? The main character, the main male character is this guy called Takamoto. And like there's teams, yeah, just the teams of it are just so strong. Yeah, and also like the ED by Suno Hair, Split, Waltz, you know, the OPs by Yuki. Yeah, Dramatic, the first OP, just extremely great. I don't know, I guess all of these have like really great music. Yeah, I don't need to keep on explaining that, but yeah, I don't know. If I were to have a little brief explanation, because I could write about it in the future or make a video about it, a dedicated video in the future, but I don't know. Yeah, for now, it's just, you know, it's just, it has such a great, like, it explores what it means to be passionate and, like, be creative, like, so well, you know? It's so good at, like, being melancholy and being wistful, you know? I think, like, mostly being wistful, yeah, like, wistfulness, like, just, like, kind of having that feeling of, like, you do not know where you want to go in life, but, like, you know that you're just kind of, like, living, you know? You're just kind of revolving, and which is a great team in the series, you know? Just like have a Ferris wheel, and like there's like this shot of like this sign, like this sign that keeps on spinning in the wind, right? Yeah. Really great. Number 3, Gintama, probably one of the funniest animes of all time. Yeah, it's a shonen. I think it's a shonen, but yeah, it's just every anime. It can be every kind of thing it wants to be, man. It can be funny, it can be dramatic, it can like it can do almost anything it wants, and it mostly just nails everything, you know. It has an extremely strong cast of characters and supporting characters, you know. The music, yeah. A lot of DOPs and EDs are great, you know. It's like, it's, yeah. I don't think there's really anything else, man. I don't know. It can, yeah, it has dramatic story arcs that are great. It has comedic story arcs that are just like some of the most hilarious freaking things in existence. Yeah, it's just a great series. I've just finished the first 201 episodes, and I'm just like 6 episodes into the next set of episodes, which is like 50. Yeah. Number 4, Psycho Pass, which is an anime original. Yeah. It's basically this world where like you are, yeah, people who are like more likely to commit a crime are labeled as criminal, right? And there's these like devices called eliminators where like you point like this technological cyberpunk gun at someone, and like it tells you how likely they are, how high of a criminal risk they are, right? And it like raises like questions about the legal system and criminality and criminology, you know, which was something I was interested in when I was younger. You know, it's this cyberpunk world. It looks really cool. You know, yeah, really good OP and ED. Abnormalize by Link Tasite Segure, really great. Yeah, basically, just like an yeah, standout. Probably one of my favorite anime of the 2010s. Yeah, probably number 1 or 2 in terms of favorite anime of the 2010s. Yeah. Number 5, my teen romantic comedy snafu, which is based on a light novel series, which I'm reading right now. Yeah, I'm on volume 7 of it. Yeah. It's just, yeah, I think like what I said with Honey and Clover, yeah, like this series in particular just is probably my favorite romance, you know, technically my favorite romance series of all time, you know, in terms of like anime, yeah, you know, I don't know, it's just such a, I don't know. The things that come up to it, the words that come up to it when I think about it are like, it's just extremely like smart, you know, like it's not, but not in like a nerdy kind of way, but just like a understanding people kind of way, you know, like understanding like human emotions and like how people act and how people think kind of way, you know, like that kind of smart, you know, and like it shows in its writing, right? Like I feel like in my opinion, you know, it has extremely strongly written female characters, you know, in particular, and like the main character's worldview is extremely cynical and jaded, right? Like it starts with a monologue of like how youth is a lie, right? But like over the course of the series, you see that worldview get challenged each and every turn, right? But you also see the main character Hachiman like encounter these like different types of social situations and like true like various you know events in the show, like he has to like find a way to solve these things, but like he solves them in his own way, but like that method gets criticized over and over again, right? And like it like raises a lot of questions of like, is this the like is this the right way to go about things? Is this the right view to have? But like and then also on the other hand of like, isn't he technically correct? Like, isn't this how people act, you know? Like it's fine to like he's mostly correct on like having this negative cynical view on people, but you know there's like people always there to challenge him and be like, why do you always have to be like this, you know? I don't know. You really have to watch until season 2 and 3, you know, where, you know, things come up, you know. There's this one sentence that gets uttered in like what, episode 8 of season 2 that's like really great. Not gonna spoil it, okay? Number 6, Azumanga, another one of the best like comedy anime of all time. It's literally, I think, the best cute girl comedy series of all time in terms of just its humor. It's just all like balls to the wall, just freaking chaotic, you know. Just the jokes in the series. Osaka, the character, yeah, is it the character who just gets called Osaka? And then like there's this moment in the series where like she internalizes that her name is Osaka, but like she is so much that she looks for the name Osaka freaking when they're like in new classes, and she cries that she can't find it. It's just so good. Oh man, I don't know, it just all of the characters, yeah, it's just the humor is like extremely great. Nothing much else to say. It's one of the best kinds of that show that came out, and it came out in 2002. Number 7, Clannad After Story, man. Yeah, I think it's also Clannad too, but yeah, I guess in particular Clannad After Story. It's just an extremely emotional thing. I haven't rewatched it, but yeah, like the first time I watched it left such an impact on me that I feel like it's deserving of being placed as high. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Saying anything more about it would spoil the series. So yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that. I guess I'll have more thoughts if and when I rewatch it. So yeah. Number 8, Samurai Champloo. So yeah, just yeah, a Shichiro Watanabe directed series, one of the series by Manglobe, the production studio that gave us, Dis and Ergo Proxy after that, and Michiko no Hatchin, which is also on my list. I don't think I'm gonna get to it, but I have it as number 26. Yeah, so I guess for reference, which is also a really great series. Yeah, one of the best series I watched in 2023. So yeah. But yeah, Samurai Champloo, just like the style, the aesthetic of it, how it just merges freaking samurai and hip hop aesthetics, like how just, yeah, again, the background music, really good. One of the more iconic OPs of anime. Nujave's Shingo too, the whole, like, I feel like a lot of people like checked out Modal Soul because of this anime, it airing on Adult Swim, just one of the prime examples of just like anime freaking, introducing anime to someone. Like, this is the prime, one of the prime shows you could show someone to get them more into anime if they're not, but maybe not try to get someone into anime. Get someone into basketball instead. More so women's basketball. Oh man. Number 9, March Comes In Like a Lion, which is from the same creator as Honey and Clover. Yeah. And I think like most people would view Trigatsu, yeah, because that's the nickname of it in Japanese, because March, like Gatsu is like month, like how you say month in Japanese is like the number of the month, like Trigatsu is, yeah, each, ni, she, yeah, she is tree in Japanese, so it'd be Shigatsu, which would be March. Little brief language lesson. That's all I know, but yeah. Like, March Comes In Like a Lion is by the same creator, Chika Umino, as Honey and Clover. And I think, like, yeah, I've always, like, thought about it as Honey and Clover is more, like, focused in terms of the range of emotion it wants to capture. Like, it captures wistfulness and like just like, yeah, that whole like feeling somewhat lost as like a young person, like really well. But like Trigatsu just has a whole wider range of emotion, and not like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's, yeah, it's less focused, but yeah, like it's just that I feel like it's different. Yeah, it's different enough, but I feel like they're similar in a lot of ways, but yeah, like I think like Honey and Clover is about like not necessarily knowing what you want to do, and like the fear and anxiety that can come from that. Trigatsu, the main character, is this like professional shogi player at like 18 years old, right? And like it deals with like the pressure that comes from just being 18 and already having a career, right? And just like not really getting to be a normal high school student, just only really caring about your work and freaking like being taking part in the next shogi match and thinking about that, and like how like his family is like brings him great freaking emotional trauma and stuff, and like how like he finds this found family who's like extremely wholesome, that supports him, but he also supports them in a way. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a really great series. It's probably number 1 or 2 with Psycho Pass in terms of the best anime in the 2010s. Yeah, I guess I probably can't freaking, yeah, I don't know. I guess I might speed through 11 through 20. Number 10, Sound Euphonium. Yeah, one of the, probably, I guess, in my opinion, one of the best show that KyoAni has produced. Just, yeah, it's about girls in a concert band and just, human emotions and relationships and freaking the desire to want to be great at something, talent, like thinking about talent. Like season 3 especially was great at that, of like introducing a character where it brings like questions of like talent disparity into question, right? Really great. Yeah. I don't know. Again, I feel like saying even more would just spoil what it is, Under the Scope made a video about Sound Euphonium, but I don't know if it's currently publicly available. Yeah, there's a channel called Under the Scope that made a video about it, but yeah, I think I was able to rewatch it, but yeah, I don't know if it's still up. Yeah, it's already 10:19, man. Yeah. Man, anyways, let me just go through these a little bit faster. Number 11, Death Note. one of the more iconic series. Do I even need to explain it? It's about someone who gets a death note. Yeah, basically it. Yeah, I don't know. One of the first animes I watched. Yeah, one of the more iconic series of all time. Which also came out in '06, which is a great year for anime to come out because Nana came out in '06. Number 12, Excel Saga. Yeah, it's up here just because of just the comedy. Yeah, it's extremely surrealist or Dadaist, whatever it is. Just the humor is so freaking like out there. Like it references itself. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's experimental. It does a lot of different things in the vein of Gintama, but it came out in 1999. Yeah, it's really funny. Number 13, Kimi ni Todoke. Probably one of my favorite, like, straightforward romance series, and probably my favorite shoujo romance series to come out. Yeah, especially after reading the manga. I think, like, this got raised because of me reading the manga. Yeah, it's just really good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really necessarily need to say too much about it, except that Kurumi, one of the characters in that series, is one of my favorite characters in anime of all time. Yeah, basically. I would like to put that on the record. Number 14, not recency bias whatsoever. Girls Band Cry. Not recency bias. It is this high. Yes. It is one of the 15 or so best shows I've ever watched. I mean, come on. It's, yeah, I don't know, the D anime of the year for me in 2024. Like, I'm going so far as to call it one of the best animes to come out this decade. I don't, a bunch of other shows can come out this decade. This is gonna be one of the best, right? Not even a question, right? But right next to it, I have Bang Dream. It's my go. Kind of just repeat what I said, Yeah, I had to put one of these higher than the other, and I guess I chose Girls Band Cry. But it could be this, with Ave Musica included. But yeah, I don't know. Again, a series that's about girls forming a band, drama, humor in it too. And also just extremely freaking well made. Like, it's really just the stories of these that really get me, The story is extremely well executed. The characters are rich and flawed and characterized to perfection. The dialogue is sharp. The humor is there. There's drama, there's just everything you'd want. Everything I would want in a story, Number 16, a film, Liz and the Blue Bird, which I think I've been thinking about it more and more, and I feel like this is one of my favorite films of all time in general. Yeah, just extremely intimate. It's just intimate portrait of just friendship, and just like how two people, like, while being close can also be not so close, on the inside, right? But like, they by the end of it, they come to a greater understanding about what they want in life and each other, right? The movie starts with the word disjoint, and then the movie ends with the word dis and disjoint crossed out. So yeah, pretty symbolic. Number 17, Toradora. Probably, yeah, the second best, like, rom-com series of all time. Next to Oregairu, if I'm counting it as a rom-com. Yeah. I rewatched it last year after 5 years. My opinion of it raised higher, It has humor in all the right places, a tsundere character, which some people might think is too strong for the 2020s, but I don't know. Like, I found it fine, Yeah, like, really, all the cast, it's really great at executing a love, multiple love dodecahedron, whatever it's called. Number 18, Chihiafaru. And this is a show about a girl who's into karate because of one of her friends in elementary school. And then that friend in elementary school moves away, and then she wants to start a karate club. And karate is this game where you swipe at cards, and like someone reads a poem, like an ancient haiku or something, right? It's very traditionally Japanese. The same thing with shogi and shigatsu, right? Extremely, yeah, traditionally, yeah, like rooted in Japanese tradition. You can just look it up, and it's it's probably one of the best like sports / game shows of all time, you know. Number 19, and I think this is anime original, Hanasaku Iraha. Yeah, it's this story about a girl who is forced to move to her grandmother's inn, an inn her grandmother runs, which is this traditional Japanese inn, which has, yeah, like, I guess, yeah, where like the servers all like wear yukata, you know, just like traditional Japanese like apparel, right? And like she doesn't like it at first, but she meets other people, other girls who work there, and then, you know, she forms like a special bond, right? And it's a great coming of age story. And like really, like the film that came out after this is so good, man. Yeah, like probably, yeah, it raised my opinion of it way, like a lot higher. But even though it was already high with just the series, right? Of just like how her mother is initially characterized as like this like kind of selfish person, you know, who kind of just leaves her daughter out to dry, right? She's just like, because the whole like starting point for it, what initiates the story is her mom is like dating someone, and she's just like, I mean, I'm just gonna send you to your grandmother's place, you know, you can't really stay here. And then, you know, like her daughter, you know, there's a scene where, I guess mild spoilers, but there's a scene where her daughter, right, the main character of the series, makes like omu rice, which is this Japanese food, for her mom, and then she writes in ketchup, she writes like "I hate you" or something in it, right? It's such like a, yeah, I don't know, this, you know, just the whole like message of like mothers and their daughters, right? And obviously, right, like there's backstory with the main character, Ohana's mother and her grandmother, right? You know, of like the conflict they had, which is really great, which is explored in the film. Yeah, extremely great characterization. I guess. Number 20. Not recency bias at all. The Dangers in My Heart. Another one of just an absolute standout romance series, right? Just, yeah, I think that's basically the last one I'll talk about for now. So, yeah, The Dangers in My Heart, just a great freaking series, you know, just did not expect it to be that freaking great when I first watched it. Immediate like contender for one of the best shows of the decade, obviously. What immediate contender for one of the best romance shows of all time in terms of anime, right? Yeah, that's all you really need to know about it, right? Yeah, so I guess that's my top 20 anime of all time. Yeah. I guess next time I could just, yeah, I could. I think I might like do more lists in the future, but the only one I would do are like albums. Yeah, because like films can't really do, video games I really don't care enough to do it. I think I could do more lists of like specific stuff, you know? Yeah, I might get back on the series with like specific, yeah, like maybe I could list top 10 episodes of something, you know. I'm already thinking of that right now. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's pretty much it for this episode in place of a Twitter segment. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to get to for this episode. Yeah, I hope Lakers fans have a nice stay in Cancun. I hope the Nuggets at least win a game against the Thunder. I think they can do it. There's a chance they pull off an upset, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'd want the Thunder to win the series anyway, so yeah, I guess that's basically it for this episode. Hopefully it won't be a whole nother month before I post another one, but you never know. I guess I decided to pack this with almost everything I wanted to talk about. I just make sure to talk about a smorgasbord, an assortment of topics. So yeah, anyways, that's basically it for this episode, and I guess I'll see you / everyone who watched on the next one.